Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Whatever Wednesday for this week. We are playing Obduction again, and we will be playing in the Maray section. And today's challenge is tackling the maze portion of the game. So let's head on in. So this is where we left off the last time. Oops, and just give me 1 second to make sure everything fits on here. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I'm missing. Alrighty, so as you can see, we are in game, and here's the little spinny puzzle we had just the other day. I wish. Good morning, Arch Thunder. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we've been spinning and we were trying to get through that puzzle there in order to open up the back of this chunk here so that we could get ourselves into the next section. All right. There's a lot of walking around and elevators and such to be dealt with today. And my game's being a little choppy on me. I don't know if it's the game or if it's my playing. So this appears to be a button that we can use to call the elevator. But we don't need to use it right this moment because the elevator piece is here. Now, I did just a teensy bit of exploration to know the elevator goes up and down. Of course, there's a chunk in behind. This is a maze piece, so what we have to do is actually match it up so we can reach all of the exits. And unfortunately, oh, actually, there we go. I had forgotten that we could run. Right, so we're going to run into a bit of a wall here, and this is not one of those walls we can go through. So we need to head back towards the elevator and take ourselves up to have an overview of this piece. Right. And there we are. So we can see the map overall. So we have to be able to make it out to each of these exits. So here, there'll be some bridge building to do. And then out on this side, I'm not quite sure what there is out there. I think there's some sort of bridge thing out that way. In this direction as well. So there's a bunch. You can see that we went in right below us. Which I'm going to start, just for convenience sake, referring to north and south and east and west. So I'm deciding rather arbitrarily that north is going to be over towards the waterfall, and east is going to be off to this right hand side, and the west is going to be off towards that other feature on the left. Just for convenience sake, so that when I'm making my own notes here with a pencil as we play, that I'll be able to figure out which direction I went. But this hole, like the one a couple of back when we were doing the spin through, this pole should rotate the large portion of the maze, and then the smaller ones, I'm not quite sure yet how to rotate them. I do know from looking a little bit in non-spoiler guides that there's a fifth piece that we can use to rotate out so that we can actually get the maze completed. So, yeah. Another thing that you'll notice as a viewer, along the outside edges of my screen, I've got a new layout. Part of the reason I chose to do a new layout, one was just refreshing things, feeling that it was time for something new, but also that in the last few days, or well, last week I guess, I officially became an affiliate, which I may have mentioned on stream yesterday. Actually, I think I went into in great detail, but oh, lovely birds. But I'm still working out a lot of the bugs with the way I've got the buttons and redeems and stuff set up. So they should be functional, but if something goes really strange, then I will make a point of crediting points back to people. There are a few unique, I shouldn't say unique, but different little sound alert type things that we can do. It's most of the ones you've seen before, just moved to a different place so that I can manage them in a different way. So let's see here. Let's try. What happens if I click this? Okay. Okay, then we have to see where we can go. So if I was to try and get in here, probably couldn't. Yeah, the south side, there's not much there. I'm going to need a straight piece, I think, to be able to get into the maze. I think. Let's see, what route do I want? Okay. So I'm going to take the elevator down and see where we can go underneath, because I haven't been down to the bottom level. The other funny thing, you said look at the shader pack. What's amusing to me about the comment about looking at the shader pack is that this is actually not on the highest settings I can play it on. My computer can actually support the higher settings, unfortunately not while I'm playing. So I will give Cyan some serious credit in that even their textures for the low graphics settings are actually quite notably improved if you're comparing them to Minecraft. Okay, so we're in here. What is this? Okay, I'm underneath one of the pieces. How do I know which one it is? Okay, well, let's go with... This looks like a swap machine. Yeah, it's one of those swap thingies. So let's head off to, I'm going to guess Hunrath, just because I haven't been anywhere else with this style of machine. Okay, it's going to take the whole of this circle, and we have to go into Hunrath and see where it takes us. Yay! More dots. Oops. While that's collecting, I'm just going to make a really quick change to some of the sound in the background. So welcome aboard to anybody who may be choosing to lurk this morning. If you haven't said hello, that's okay. Public. That is actually cheap on purpose, Arch. The reason I'm doing it that way is, first off, that I don't have a whole lot of fancy commands. The other thing is it's public to everybody to play, so I figured I would want it a lot cheaper than like a private walk-on sound for just you, or just anybody who wants that. Okay, so I'm in Hunrath. How do I... What's this? Yeah, so I made that one kind of cheap to start with, but if we get a lot of uptake on it, then we're going to need to raise the price. The other reason I did it that way is that initially people don't have many points, so if I have it high priced, then I have to wait a very long time before anybody has any opportunity of redeeming it, aside from myself, which, I mean, what's the point? There's actually one that I'm working on that isn't enabled right yet, and the reason I haven't enabled it is because I'm working on one where it will actually allow you to, what's the word? To claim position of being first. That sounds odd, but it will allow you to claim the position of being first. Oops. That's probably not the direction I wanted to go. This is counterclockwise. Because I'm noticing that there's holes in the bottom. And if I remember correctly, where they point, maybe there's holes all the way around, I guess. Oh, okay, I thought there was a spot where there wasn't holes. At least this one should allow me to take a straight path and then turn off back into the maze. Okay. So now I have to get out of here. Huh. Okay. Yeah, so I'm making those commands cheap to start with so that we can actually get them happening. Otherwise we have to wait a very, very long time. Now, I'm thinking I don't really want to just take this piece right back, because I really did want a straighter piece. So I'm hoping the straight piece has gone into the other world. Oops. So that would let me get going somewhere. Okay. And that means then that I want to leave this piece here And I'm heading out the other door, hoping... Really? Can I not get out? That. Really? There we go. Okay, we're at the tree. No, we're not. Okay, did I get where I want to go? I'm looking for the other set of swap places, and I have to remember how to get there. But as far as streaming goes, I'm actually trying out a new bot known as StreamerBot, and it's actually quite a powerful tool in letting me do a lot of different things. So one of the reasons I like it is you can do a ton, but additionally, it's also got the ability to use C# code in there. Now, while I'm not a coder, I understand enough of the concepts that I can walk my way through code that someone else has built. Okay, so where are we here? I just want to get back to the maze, so I don't really care which one of these I use. Let's go with... I'll take this toy with me. I don't think I need that gate thing, but hey, it never hurts. The other thing is, it's going to take me a little bit to set up some of the commands. Like, I know in some of the other streamers from the Dadcraft community that when they've asked for custom commands to be built, it's been taking a little bit of coordination to get things going in terms of what they want, what pictures they're going to use, etc. Okay, where are we? Are we... Oh yeah, we're going through this hole, okay. What have we got? Oops. I'm getting hung up on the Hunrath walls. Okay. They're in the elevator. What do we see on the other side? Oh, I can't even get there. Okay, give me the elevator, please. Please and thank you. That's a wall. I can clearly see that. I'm not going to get anywhere with that. So I guess I have to go up and see what the status is. It's interesting, the makers of the game have actually nicknamed this zone the Puzzleissimo, which I thought was kind of amusing. Okay. So, where am I here? I've got a straight piece. Oh, and I can't see past here, but it looks like if I just... Yeah, so this curve... Come on, game. So this curve on the top side here seems to be repeated on this side. It just gets a little hidden by this piece. We don't quite have ourselves a loop going, but at least I've got a straight bit. Where am I going next? What do I want? So I want to turn the puzzle a bit because I could access this one. That's where I swapped. So if I go over and take this one and rotate it a couple of times, like move the whole map, and then turn this one a couple pieces so that it can get from here to there, that should be helpful. So yeah. And the other thing I'm trying out actually is, as far as new commands, you won't see today, but I've managed, well, I guess you sort of do. I've managed to build myself a kill switch for some of the Minecraft related commands so that I'm not beaking on about Minecraft throughout our stream when I'm not actually playing Minecraft. So... Let's go this way? Yeah. Okay, what have I done here? I'm just trying to see if I can make my designs match up with my notes. You'll laugh. I think I need to sharpen my pencil. Okay, so let's... what do I have? Okay. Notes on... And then I have to rotate. Oops. This one and that one. Rotate this design. Oh, no. That's not the one I've got. So this one and that one. Oh. Oh, my sides are out wrong. Okay. Rotate the whole circle. I just noticed that there's one side that doesn't have a hole in it, and I drew my picture wrong. I drew my picture so that it actually has all 4 slots on it. So that definitely makes a big difference to what we've got. Okay, and then where's my notes? So I will be honest here, what I'm actually using is not a solver program per se. What it is, I guess it could be a solver program, but what it does is it actually just tracks the pieces and rotates them for you. Like when you tap on it, say I rotated this, I've turned that. And they had a couple of versions. They either can do it online where you track those pieces, or you could print the pieces out from a computer and, you know, punch them and use brads or whatever to hold it together. Okay, we're going to swap this one and that one. So I'm just trying to make my notes look like pictures that I can follow where I'm at, because it would take a lot for me to figure it out otherwise. These two. Okay, and then this one. Okay, now I can see kind of what I'm looking at. So where do I want to go next? Okay, let's see. Part of the reason I'm trying to take notes is just about everybody I've talked to who doesn't take notes finds that finds that they get themselves incredibly lost. Okay, so we are... Every time I do it though, only one of the pieces shifts, which is kind of a pain. Where are we? I want to swap another one and rotate things, but I just don't know which one. So this one on the right, if I swap that one, can I make it go the right direction I want? So one of the other pieces I'm noticing here, it must be the one that we swapped out. No, actually it says bend on the left. Bend on the left, if we, it looks like it's the one on the right, but the way that it rotates apparently is a little bit different from the other one. So it doesn't quite want to match up with pieces. Okay. There we go. What have I got? Yeah. So I've actually got a couple pieces reversed in the way that I'm got my notes going. Okay. Oops. This one and this one. All right. So now what? Okay, so I'm going to try swapping something out, because this bottom one, even if I get in there and I get around the bend, I can't go any further. So I'm thinking the way this one turns may not actually be right, but I'd have to turn it anyways to get it to go up to the top. Can't think today. Okay, so more up and down, back and forth. Alrighty. Oops, that's not the one. I gotta go all the way down. Okay, so this one was like a 90-degree bend. So I'm just going to take a trip to Hunrath and see what we can do with that one. And my guess is that every time we go to Hunrath, we're actually swapping it out with whichever piece is sitting there. Come on. Dots, dots, dots. Alrighty. Oops. Come on, game. Don't freeze on me. There we go. I do find that while I like the Myst series of games, because they're a little bit older, all except the newest remake of Myst seems to have its own freezy points, even when I am running at a higher resolution or not streaming. So it's not your imagination when you see this sort of thing. Okay, do I really care? I'm assuming that it swapped in with the other 90-degree piece that we had left here earlier. Okay, well, let's try running back and see what that actually did to the map. So you're going to be seeing this route an awful lot. I think that's probably not the wisest decision on the part of Cyan to have you do the same thing 30,000 times. But one of those situations where it is what it is. And I understand why they did it a little bit, but I sort of wished that they would have made it not quite so bland to be always going back and forth the same route. I guess it does get a player to focus on the map itself, or the menu itself. So we'll have to see. I'm thinking tomorrow I will be in Minecraft again, and I will be building the last of the 4 surrounding walls on my bee farm, and like the bee farm building, sorry. Okay, this way? No, that's the elevator. I want to go this way. The last of the bee farm buildings will be, building walls will be getting built, and then we'll start on the farm, I guess, itself to get things going. Okay, call the elevator. Okay, so this one, now I can get through over this way. Great, but I hit a wall. Alrighty, so we're back again. Yeah, so that's my plan for tomorrow, is to be doing that. I actually quite like this game to be progressing, so we'll give it today's stream. But if we don't finish this puzzle by then, I will be doing some of it off camera just because I want it done with. Okay, so let's see. Okay, which way does this go? Seems kind of counterintuitive. The left side goes clockwise and the right side goes anti-clockwise. Okay. Because I want to return this piece, I'm going to need to go back to the other world with it. But do I really want to do that? No, actually I probably don't, because I can't make all the doors accessible. I can't even get into it if I turn the maze this way. So I guess I have to turn it again so I can get in this side door. And then I'll probably put in one of those, like swap out, so I can get the turn to go. Okay, so let's go take this straight piece off to Hunrath and bring back the one that's over there. Yeah, can't get there. Alright, off to Hunrath again. I was also warned in watching other players' playthrough of the Myst 4 game. I believe it's called Revelation. That's one that I was actually looking forward to playing because I'd only gotten partway through. But I may hold off on that one for a while because there's a maze that's even more frustrating than this one. It's not really a maze, but a puzzle that's even more frustrating than this one, involving a lot of colors where you have to try and run your pointer over top of them in a particular, I could say, order in such a way that they all turn the same color, like they all turn white. But if you do it too many times, or you make a misstep, it'll go bonk, make a noise at you, and then it will reset, which is very, very frustrating. I wish there was a way I could just connect those two so that it didn't matter which set of stairs I went up. Wow. My computer really does not like this today. Somehow I managed to peg my CPU. Interesting. Well, that brings up a different point. That my husband and I are actually looking at, Dell right now they're in the middle of, or closer to the end of, a 72-hour sale on some of their laptops. So I'm looking at potentially getting a G15 for the purposes of gaming and... Oh, not that one. Gaming and streaming. I definitely don't want that one because it would close off my access. Yeah, so I was looking at that and just doing a little bit of research as we can to decide which, if any of those, would suit the needs I've got. Because some of the significant differences include, like you get your NVIDIA GTX cards. One's a 3050, another model has a 3050 Ti, and a third model actually has the 3060, which is, according to some benchmarks, has about a 40% increase in performance, I guess, over the 3050. So there's that to consider, but then also the models I was looking at were either in last year's generation of the i5 or last year's generation of the i7. And, oh man, did I? Oh, ooey. Oh, there we go. No, I just picked the wrong one. Thought I'd blocked off my access, and that would just be a real pain in the neck. So yeah, I'm looking at something a little bit more powerful, which should be able to handle this one as well, if not better than it is doing already. And if I can figure out why I'm pegging my CPU so easily, then I will definitely want to change that situation, because I'd like to be able to have the option of doing a little bit like we see some of our other favorite streamers, like, you know, Technomage Grim or Liara or whatever, who are using the... Let's just see how far we get. They're using... I guess they've almost gone VTuber, which is the virtual... Okay. The virtual heads format. And I don't think face cams necessarily are essential, but sometimes when you're repeating yourself back and forth, or if something unique in a game does happen, like in Minecraft, I've managed to get myself jump scared a few times because I don't expect something coming up behind me. Or even if one's playing redeem sounds, it would be nice to be able to have a game where you can actually play through and have people see what you're up to, like what your reaction is, aside from just your shrieks. Okay. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to turn this piece here so I can keep moving. So that means I have to turn the whole puzzle this way. To do that, or go the other way. If I do the other way, then I can play with this piece over here. Okay, where are we now? I was going to update my notes a little bit because I was a bit jumpy and didn't change things properly. Okay. Okay, what have I got going? Swap this one for this one. And I rotated this one that way. Okay, come on, notes match up, please. Okay, so let's go. If I take this one and swap to the other world to get the straight piece back. No, that doesn't help. This is puzzling. Surprise, surprise. All right, where do we go next? Well, if I bring this right-hand side down, I've got a straight piece in Hunrath. So that I could put it in here. That would get me back in the maze. Because if I don't, I'll have a wall there, so I can't get through, even if I turned these two. I'm going to need the straight one to start there and point down this way, I suspect. Let's try this. Oops, wrong way. Wrong way, let's go twice the other way. Okay, one more. But I can swap this one for the straight piece and then come back and see where we got ourselves to so I can figure out what to do next. So we're back downstairs. Yay! Alright, so this one was bent and I need to swap it for the straight one. But I don't think I need to turn this one because I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so I might as well just swap and then come back and see what we've got going. Hopefully, cross my fingers that the straight piece will be pointing in the correct direction. Alright. Here, I know that right doesn't work. I wish I could get a shortcut. I know this is totally going to throw me tomorrow when I'm running today, and then tomorrow's run button will be a crouch button. Just I understand why with the caps lock and stuff they did it the way they did, but still. Let's get back there and see what the straight piece did. Come on, game. Would you please do something? Here we are. Okay, where are we? Which door do we go back out? Oh, wrong one. Seems to always be across the room. Alright. So now we need to go up to see where the maze got to. And it looks like that straight piece should have been turned, which is... yeah, I need to go back and turn that. Little battle. But if I turn it and come back... actually, do I want it there? Would I be better off to have it here, going straight through, or would I be better off to have it there? Now I'm torn. What have we got going on? Okay, so I've swapped that one in. This right-hand side looks kind of like a wall, so I don't really see any point in going out that side. Better be something interesting over there. Oh, you get out this side, and then this is probably one of those... Yeah, okay. This is one of those fake dome bits where you can go through the wall. I don't want that. Well, I do, but I don't, I guess. Okay. Let's see, if I turn this counterclockwise so I can get this piece, we've left one that looks like this art angle in Hunrath. Why would I want to swap? Oh, wait. So if I go to, if I rotate this whole thing once to the left, I can go swap this piece out to Hunrath. What do I want to do? Probably not what I want to do. It's funny how counterintuitive this sounds. So, I'm just looking up top. If I do it twice, I can get access to that piece. Wonder if I can turn that one twice to make it fit over here and just bring it back. Let's try that. Did you find the bad guys yet? No! Although, funny you should mention that. The bad guy is still... In one of the screens, he's still being a pain in the butt and claiming that he's... what's the word? Has been kidnapped. Which is kind of ridiculous, because that's definitely not the case. And he says, yeah, I'm very stuck, come help me. It's like, no, definitely not. Okay. So if I turn this twice, I should be able to make it connect up that direction. See, one piece here, exit there, exit there. So if I make this go the right way, that should work. I think. This will get me on a path. Maybe twice, I think I have to turn that one. On the other hand, if I swap it with one... If I swap it with one that's already there, maybe it might be the correct direction. That's the only way to know is to turn it and find out. Well, Arch, if you've got things to do, you know, you're welcome to lurk for a little bit. Also, I believe the lurk command should be functional, as well as, I think, cross my fingers, the new version of the closed captioning should hopefully be functional. It's a little bit of a pain in the neck on Apple devices to put together the default-based version, so I've tried to go with one of the extensions where you can turn things on and off, so that those that don't need it don't have it. But it's not just for accessibility. The other reason I've added it is so that if people are in meetings or something and they want to lurk in the background, they've got a text ability. So the grammar, unfortunately, is incredibly bad. I don't enunciate quite the way it expects. And so aside from not understanding terminology for specific games, it really does not understand what's going on in these... with some of the words I say anyways. So people's names are understandably messed up. That I expected. But sometimes you get a word that really makes no sense at all. that's fine. If you don't have time to type alert command, that's cool. You know, but there's no harm whatsoever. It's not critical. I mean, the only person that would know you're lurking would be me. And I don't really think it matters in a big sense. Like, you do you, and do what you need to do for work. That's one of the things I recognize is also, like, or the part of the reason I tried to make it somewhat work accessible, if people wanted to have that option, is simply so that I know people have work to do, right? That's one of the realities of streaming during people's workday, particularly if it's the workday in the Western Hemisphere. I don't know quite what... Oops, wrong way. I don't know quite what time zone our European or South African friends would be in, but look how that works out. Okay, did I make it connect? Woohoo! Yay! Okay, so swap this one and that one. Okay, so I've got a piece that seems to be coming along, and if I remember correctly, the side near me can't actually get in from the outside edge, so we're getting somewhere. Now I don't know if I want to turn the map on in a clockwise direction or a counterclockwise direction to get the pieces going the way I want. But at some point it looks like I'm going to actually have a piece of the map that I'm not really using. And I think if I can get the right-hand bend in here, or like a sort of 90-degree bend in here, skip this bit entirely, and then... Oh no, that's not going to work. I need to go straight through. That's not going to work. Okay. Thinking in advance is not helping. I need to be able to get to all 3 exits, or at least touch all 3 spots. Thank you, Neon. I've only had affiliate since I believe last Thursday, and I didn't make a big noise out of it because, being honest, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to tell you guys or not until I had everything set up. The other side of it was that I saw what happened to Jo, because she got affiliate on, like, right after the stream weekend, I believe, and was kind of confused as to why I didn't. And I think it has to do with that 30-day cutoff that Twitch has, where they want you to reach all your goals in 30 days, and I believe that I managed to do it just outside of that. So by the time everything caught up, I needed 52 people rather than 50. So after I saw what happened to Jo, I wasn't sure how well I'd handle that. And my point wasn't to get subs and stuff. It was just to be able to move the points so that people could have a little more fun in here. That's really all it is. So, and it made things a little bit simpler for me in terms of being able to put up schedules properly and stuff like this. It was amazing what kinds of features they had affiliate walled. So, yeah, it was a little bit disappointing. Quick question from Neon, and I mean, as you guys have probably noted, Neon's actually been one of my viewers who's been made a come and go mod, which basically means that as they are available, they're welcome to be mod. If they are unavailable, I'm okay with that. I had not heard anything from a few of the people that he has booted for us with a lovely hammer, and I wasn't sure at the moment if they were appropriate or if they were just some sort of nasty bot. So I would have ended up spending time after stream to look them up and see what I thought of them. But being as they hadn't said anything, I wasn't too concerned about it. So I really appreciate Neon for taking that on and booting them from the place. Because last thing we need is artificial views that aren't real. Okay, so where do I want to go here? I'm debating whether I want to turn that 90 degrees to connect, or whether I want to try and look at getting something else going on in this end here. Because if I want to connect this top corner, the only real option there is one of the strange bent pieces, like the one at the bottom. But then it means I've blocked out this spot. So so it seems like I may actually have to use part of the maze to get to one spot, do whatever it is I have to do there, and then change it up to be able to reach another spot. Okay, let's see. But I have to change something because I can't even get in at this point. Okay, so if I do that, and then if I go this way, and then if I take this piece and turn it the other direction so that it goes as an L bend here, I'm starting to link pieces together, which should, in theory, if I turned that one as well to link to the end there, then I could at least build myself a path going from this entrance to here, or well, probably wherever that ends up here. And then if I could do that properly, I could just rotate the map as necessary to get to the various entrances, but the challenge is making sure that I can actually get in to the maze to do so. Okay, so I'm going to take this one to Hunrath and turn it, see what I get. So I believe they have the bendy piece in behind. So I'm going to... Okay, let's take this one out and turn it and see what happens. That's really all it is a see what happens game. Oh yes, the I think it's one of the Twitch tracker websites that you may be trying there, Neon. That's exactly the same one I would use too. It's just, of course, can't kick out to a website very well at the moment, just because my computer's refusing to let me peg its CPU. I assume that my Stream Deck and my OBS are both lying to me based on the behavior I'm seeing. OBS at the moment is claiming that it's only using 7.6% of my CPU, which I know is garbage. But I'm probably misinterpreting what it actually means by that. But on the other hand, I've got a button on my Stream Deck that I've grabbed, thankfully, that... Where do those cables go? Okay, over there. That should be reporting what my whole computer is claiming for CPU, and we're in the 75% range. I've seen it pegged at 100 for a while, so that's not good news. But I think that one might even be low as well. Okay. So if I turn this one in advance, because I know I'm going to turn the other maze to match it. Clockwise. Okay, now let's go back and see which way I have to turn the big piece. Come on, you. Oh, whoops, I went the wrong way. That's why. That little seed logo, I mean, I'm appreciative that it lets us turn, but the little seed loading logo might as well be one of those spinning balls of death. Though I hadn't been paying attention until recently to note that the seed in the center actually acts like a progress loading bar. So at least we've got some idea whether or not things are frozen up or whether or not they're just simply loading and actually making progress in that direction. Yes, Twitch Insights, sorry, thank you. Twitch Insights. Yes, if you go to Twitch Tracker, you'll see that my time slot is probably not the world's smartest time slot, but it's what I've got to work with. We'll see whether or not I manage to do an out-of-band one tonight. A lot of it depends on how I feel. Just because I want to get some of that ridiculous set of terracotta pajamas done. And it becomes a bit of a why not, because it helps practice some of the technical bugs. But I thought about moving my streams to a different time of day on the 3 days that I can actually stream. However, a couple of things tend to put kinks in that, and one of them is that my son plays Valheim with his uncle often on Tuesdays, but sometimes on Thursdays. So that tends to be a kink in the works there, because I promised them they could have primary response, and then. Even though my son's computer can easily handle it, it's more that Murphy's Law, if I do something, it's going to break their connection. And then Tuesdays also tend to be one of those days where if we've got a camp event or something coming up for scouts, then I end up with extra meetings on that evening. So rather than canceling frequently, I may just do the odd Wednesday, and if that works out well, throw that in as a regular. we'll see. There's rumors that we may start our dance club up again fairly soon, so I don't know. I'll have to see, because one of the instructors is quite senior, as in elderly, and she's doing well, but we'll have to see if she wants to take it on again. Good morning, CJ. Welcome aboard. Glad to see you. Let's see if I can do... Is my button going to cooperate today? Yep. Yay, my cheater button worked. Oh, great. Yeah. I've got a fancy button. I think it's one of the bar raider items if you've got a Stream Deck or the Stream Deck app. And the bar raider has a shout out button. So literally you hit shout, it brings up a separate screen that actually shows you little graphical representations of everybody's logos of who's currently active in your chat. And then literally you just press the button and it does the shout out for you. It's pretty cool. Like, I just shout out myself by mistake. So it obviously needs fixing. But, yeah. We'll have to see if it can do it correctly. Come on. Shout out CJ, not me, you idiot button. Nope. Nope, it's an idiot button. So yeah, it needs a little bit of work. But I've got another way of doing it that I just haven't bothered with at the moment. Let's see. Actually, have I got... I don't have the other button set up. So I've got a couple of things that are duplicated in other locations I'm still working on. Puzzle. Okay, so come back here. That piece really seemed to break my brain, but that here, they just swapped it. Let's go this way. There's a lot of if-then. If I do this, then I do that, what is going to happen? Okay, so if I was to enter here and go around the corner, I need one of the bendy bits there. And then I'd have to backtrack out that hole anyways. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see. Okay. No, I don't see. Yeah, my shadow command is very, very screwed up. The commands thing doesn't actually do anything anymore. It may function, but it's not going to show you the whole list. So just give me 1 sec. I really should. Oops. Apparently you're DJ today. CJ. When all else fails, you double check it and you fail it again. My shutout is way broken. Interesting. Where are you pointing out? Okay. Shout out, where did you go? Oh, ha. Okay. I see what I did. Okay, where am I here? Shut out. Target. Oh. It might help if I have the command set correctly. Yeah, oh, exactly. It's easier to do it after stream rather than in stream. I was actually also taking a look at the picture and wondering which direction did I want to go next. So, I'm just trying to think this through. Apologies for showing you not much more than the background here. Oops. Okay. So it looks like that cheaty button does kind of work, except that the shutout command itself on the back end of it was broken. So we'll have to see if I can get that fixed a little bit later. Okay, so let's see. I want to... Which one did I leave in the other place? Oh, another one of those bendy pieces. Okay. 3 walls. 1, 2, 3. Nope, that's not right. 1, 2, 3. And then I swapped this one and that one. And then, pardon me, swap this one and this one. Hello, thank you, cheaty button. Okay. Then this one and that one. Okay, so let's see if I take this one out and just swap the other one in. We'll just have to see where that goes. I mean, being really, I shouldn't say counterintuitive, but I can't seem to think 3 steps ahead. I am terrible at chess. So, other than that, other than the game being a real pain in the neck, my morning's actually going relatively well. I don't know why, but I actually woke up at a half decent time this morning and decided to be lazy and hung out in bed for a bit, which, if Fantastic Sherlock Fox was able to be on stream today and heard me say that, he'd probably be quite annoyed. But I am having a good day, and I'm looking forward to camp this weekend with the cubs because it's actually going to be warm and kind of melty, but they also get to sleep indoors, so that's good. We've got our scouts on site as well, so like we're sharing the camp space, and it's great because our cubs get to see what the scouts are up to and watch them doing some of their campfire cooking, because it's something that the oldest level of cubs are going to need to learn fairly soon. We swapped to a new program year in September, so the program years follow the school year, even though our financial registration years follow the calendar year. Yeah, somebody thought that was a bright move. But in any case, so I felt pretty good after last night's meeting that we are fairly planned up. One of the disadvantages that we've got... Oh, nugget. I did that wrong. Fiddle. One of the disadvantages to being a cub in Canada is that in Canada they don't allow the cubs to actually have a knife to themselves. I mean, you can do knife activities, but you can't actually get your permit to carry your knife around until you're at scout age, which in Canada is actually only 12. Sorry, pardon me, well, 11, I guess, technically. So our cubs are excited because they wanted to do a knife activity this weekend. When we asked them more specifically what they wanted to do, they said they wanted to learn to make tinder for campfires. And so we actually said, okay, well, we need to do that anyways. So we can always do... so we've got some other ways we can do that would actually make it a little easier rather than us having to worry about having enough supervisors for some of our rather uncoordinated cubs to be able to handle sharp knives. We're going to be letting them use kitchen prep knives during helping out with that part. But, yeah. I'm going to let them use kitchen prep knives, but not actually pocket knives at the moment. Just had no need to. Okay. Go back here and take a wander back. Yeah, we're actually having a camp, just I wouldn't exactly call it well, maybe it's a camporee. I guess it's just our group, so it would be a camp. And we've got one this weekend, and then we've got another one hopefully coming up next month. But next month they'll be with the younger group rather than the older group. Being honest, I'm kind of glad my daughter's out of the younger group now, just because in some cases by necessity, but at least with our group it felt like it was just rules, that there was a lot the younger group couldn't do. or that our older group definitely leaves their maturity at home when they go camping with the younger group. So that means that your 8 to 10-year-olds start acting like your 5 to 7-year-olds, which is not high on my list in the slightest. Okay, so I'm here and I want to take this piece with me. So got the wrong one. Okay. Back we go. I'm going to take the other piece. It's basically what I just did, except I have to swap it again as the other bit. I think this is facing the right direction. We'll pop it through, head on up to the top, and then I'll update my notes to see if I've got any idea what I just did there. It may seem kind of random, and it does seem kind of counterintuitive. But if I keep my notes in order, then hopefully I should be able to figure out where we're at. Yeah. So Weebelows in the US, what age group would that be? Because it sounds like they're similar. In Canada, our youngest group is called Beavers. No surprise there. I mean, same sort of thing like in Australia, they call the youngest group Joeys. So you can kind of imagine why that is. But and then our next group up is our Cub Scouts, who are 8 to 10, and then we've got a 4-year program for the Scouts, which would be more stereotypically what people think of when they think of Scouts, because they've got the green shirt. They used to actually, in the 80s, they swapped to a tan shirt with like a sash going on, but apparently there were concerns over safety, so people pushed it. It's getting war stories. Wow. Cool. Wow, cool to CJ that, yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff to share there. I had to come up through the girl program. I'm not through, like, Canada's Girl Guides is not an equivalent of Girl Scouts. They both have their pros and cons. Okay. I really want to have one of these over here, I think, but I'm not really sure. Okay, so if I turn this whole thing 100% of the way around, okay, so if I okay, so if I turn this whole thing 100% of the way around, then I should be able to access that piece over there and get rid of it. I'm trying to remember what I left. Oh, then I've got the 90-degree turn that I left in Hunrath that I can put in this spot here. Let's hope we can pull that off. Okay, yeah. So my son would have been, I guess by that measure, a second-year Weeblo. And he's looking forward to becoming a first-year scout, partly because he's getting sick and tired of the immaturity of the last couple of years' worth of people below him. But I think that's unfortunately one of the side effects of a bright kid, is that you're going to have that issue. It's not necessarily that they have any better social maturity, but I can see why they can be a little frustrated when some of the younger kids don't pick up on as many things. Ooh, ouch, hang on a sec here. Okay. You silly thing. Can't spell. Where is my... Poor CJ. Poor CJ. Oh good, Neon, you beat me to it. Yeah, that's actually, it's kind of funny because things like timeouts are, and annoying. Well, you know, CJ, actually, I'm going to take a look at that. I don't know if you had a character count where you were typing, but I'm going to take a look at that, because if you got timed out on that one, then I could just about guarantee I would too. Keep wanting to take this one. Oh, did I swap the wrong piece? Fooey, 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 fooey. I may have to take this one back again. Yeah. It's funny, I started building a muscle memory habit to take the one underneath the puzzle always, rather than taking the other route first. But anyways, I'll have to take a look at the length of your message, CJ, simply because I'm very verbose in a lot of messages, and I really, in a personal taste way, don't feel that it's right for the bots that are moderating or helping moderate my stream to be any harder on my friends than I would want them to be on me. And if I tend to be long-winded, then I really don't think it's fair that you get timed out for the same sort of thing. So, CJ, just because I can see it, I will just note what you actually said. So you said, I'm really glad Scouts USA has gone co-ed. Nothing against the Girl Scouts, but their leadership training does not compare to the BSA equivalent through NYLT or NAYLE and Eagle Scout requirements. Gender shouldn't determine who gets access to these opportunities. And I kind of agree with you. My yes and no is a little bit, like it's biased, because over the years, the two different programs have shifted enough that the training as a leader in one program, regardless of which one it was, I believe would be inadequate to fit the needs of the opposite program. So, for example, let's say that you had a mother that, that decided to get trained for her son or her daughter or whatever via the Scout program, and then later on she decided, nope, her and her daughter wanted to move over to the Girl Scouts program. I really do think that the training would not match up well with where their direction is and where they're going. Same situation happens in Canada here. But I mean, Canada's been co-ed for far longer than you guys have in the US. Officially, Canada's been co-ed since '98, although that was the end of the integrations. They've actually been slowly doing it since the late '80s. Just started with the older sections and working their way down, which I thought was kind of funny because youth, seem to not care what somebody's behavior is when they are younger as much as they do when they're older. Like, it's not like you're going to have people getting themselves in trouble in grown-up ways if you are if you are like 7 compared to the ones that are older. So I do kind of give that a bit of a head shake comment. I wonder who thought this up. On the other hand, like, it just doesn't make sense, because we also have funny rules about tents and so on that in certain circumstances the leaders are allowed to break. So I just kind of think it's really bizarre. I mean, like, safety always comes first. So if you're going to have there we go. If you're going to have a situation where you've got youth in there that would be liable to get themselves in trouble because they fell in love with somebody else in their troop, which is part of the reason this whole thing happened in the first place, then you would actually, like, it doesn't make sense to start with the top group and head down, but whatever it is. But yeah, like, I mean, we have rules that unless the person is family, they can't stay in the... I'm going to turn my gain down just a bit. There we go. Okay. Unless the person is family, that they're not allowed to share tents. But of course, when possible, they prefer that we don't. The other exception to that is unless they're family, they can't share with a scouter, which makes sense. That said, they do highly recommend that you don't actually let siblings share a tent if it's like a sister and a brother. So yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I was a kid and was sharing, oh boy, When I was a kid, if I had to share the tent with my brother, it would have driven me absolutely crazy. Like, I could not handle that. He was a bit of a pain in the butt, so yeah, it would not have worked too well. Okay, where are we here? The puzzle. I think... oh, oops. I think I probably would rather be dealing with that end. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I can reach it from there. Okay, so round once. And round one more time. Okay, what do we have? So if I take this out, what have I got in the other world? Okay, we've got another 90-degree bend. I don't even know why I'm swapping those. So yeah, there's a ton of rules all over the place. I mean, a lot of it is just bubble wrapping each other in different ways, and frankly put, some of it is or the rules are in there for lawsuit reasons. I will make no bones about it that people have had problems over the years, both in Canada and the US, and want to not paint each other with the same brush, because Canadians and Americans are always in trouble for different things. But, you know, it is what it is, right? You can't necessarily make people behave. Okay. And swap this one and that one. The website I'm using to actually mark where things are at in my game at the moment, if you rotate the outer circle, it doesn't take the positions of the other four and rotate it with it, even though the game does. So, just tracking it is a bit of a pain. Okay. If I go and get that other one from... don't see why that would matter. Oh, I see. Okay. If I get the other corner like this, because I want it to go... oh, no. Still got things wrong on my map. Yeah, because I've got an entrance that I can't quite see from here. It's down below me. If I swap the one that we've got here, this bend, with the one that's in the other side, then I will be able to have it go straight up. I'm pointing with my finger, that's not gonna help. Straight up from the bottom and then make a left. And then we can get wrapped around this way. And then maybe I can U-turn it and put the other bend in here. Or wrap around this way and then bring that U-turn in and come out to the center section. So, well, but I guess if I swap this one with the other one that's currently going the direction I need, then I should actually not need to shove it around. So I'm going to head back to the other world and then come back here with the piece. One of those ones where, based on what I'm doing, it doesn't really matter what order I do it in, as long as you get the piece swapped. I'm glad to see you got a chance to hang out with me, CJ. This time slot doesn't usually work for people, so being able to have friends is quite the treat for me. Friends I know. I mean, like, I really welcome new players because... or not new players, new people that haven't said hello before, because I haven't... this game doesn't have a whole lot of uptake in the Twitch systems. But that said, conversationally it's a little easier to talk to people when it's somebody you've already had some rapport with in the past. And we're just new enough into my streaming experience that I'm not necessarily as familiar with or practiced at talking to the new people. Okay, so if I go this way, that should do it. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have a story or two to share after we get back from camp. We usually do. So hopefully it'll be something less exciting than last camp, because that last one involved a lot of people winning badges for... We give fun badges for people's campfire blankets. If things like, I lost my cell phone at camp, or I got sick at camp. That's interesting. Never seen it be this dark before. Hope that isn't just my computer being a pain. Neat that it's green. Even say tell the difference between the two of them is that one's dark inside and one isn't. So let's go more particles. More particles, more particles. It's funny, I was watching another streamer about a week ago who has a lovely, like he plays this game as well. He's got a lovely start screen. And I just wondered if his start screen looked like a freeze frame of those particles. But no, he said no, he actually went to the trouble of putting together a splatter paint pattern and then did a freeze on the splatter paint. Not a freeze, sorry, a blur on the splatter paint design he'd done. And he said if he'd known it actually would have come out looking like this game, then he wouldn't have bothered. Okay, so it's moving to the right, not to the left. So that's not what I wanted. That's okay. Because I do want the other one, which should be pointing the correct direction now. Think... Oh, no, it's not. I swapped this one and that one. Okay. I have no clue which direction the one in the other world is facing. But... it's gonna... I'm trying to figure out where I want to get to. Okay. I think I'm starting to get the idea of which goal I want. So... I'm just trying to orient myself. I was to... Let's try doing this twice. Okay, one more time. Funny that they give you the option to do both, and then when you want to do a full 180, it just does it that way. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay. So I think, I'm trying to draw my path here, I think I have to get in the maze first. Well, let's see if I can get all the way through. I don't have an opening at my side, so I'll have to start by trying to get an opening at my side. Okay, where are we? Rotate again. Looking at this puzzle, this is kind of a frustrating one. And my notes are messed up again. Okay, swap that one in there. And swap this one and that one. That one. Oops. Rotate. Okay. I think I'd have more luck if I started from the other side. Okay. I don't care which one I go through, but I think I'm going to aim, well, for the waterfall side and see if I can at least get through that way and see whatever it wanted me to do. Because then I can come back at it think, from the other side. Okay, we'll have to see. So I've got an insert that looks like this in Hunrath. So if I try and turn it to go that way, the other option actually is I could just take this one, swap that one out, turn it once clockwise, and we should be good to go to the next piece. So let's try that. It's probably the easiest, rather than a lot of that back and forth business. Ready. It's amazing what time flies. I've only got about just over half an hour left. Come on, give me the button. If I press on the blue button, it should actually make a button. You wanted me to press below it. Silly thing. Okay, loading screen. How long are you going to take? Congeal, please. That's a nice effect, but after a while you get sick of it and you sort of go, the loading's done, hurry up. Okay, so I'm in and out. Let's go this way and see if we can figure out which way it needs to turn. This way. Okay. I need to have it go to the left, but why? Oh, right, because it was going to the right, so the way I came out at the bottom is probably in line with the bit at the top, in which case I need to go... Oh. No, not that way. I want it to go the other direction. I think I want it to go to the left. Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Alright, let's see. Let's take that one back and see what sort of change it's made. I think that's going to get us closer. I'll have to turn the main piece around so I can get another path going. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Well, if you're broken, you're gonna be real broken. Okay, where did I go? All the way up to the top to see how this turned out. Okay, so I've got a path going around that way. Rotate. Twice. And swap in this one over here. Rotate. Oops. Rotate that. Oh, this one and that one. Rotate this. Huh. Okay, so it looks like we're making some progress. Because if I turn this whole thing around, then I should be able to take this bend out and put that right-hand bend in. I think, actually. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so if we turn it all the way around and then put that right-hand bend in, coming towards the right, and that should work. Like the 90-degree bend, I mean, not the right-hand bend. Yeah, so if you ignore a lot of the stuff on the left, then that should at least get us out to the back side, which is a good start. Right. There's probably some specialness with regards to the color codes we've got here. I know some of these are orange and some of them appear to be green. I wonder if that's just how the game is differentiating between the various pieces. In terms of like the ones that are duplicates, such as the bends, or the not 90-degree bends. Or the that might be how they differentiate between the two 90-degree bends. And what should I take with me? Okay, so if that's the case, I don't remember what I just took with me. Okay, I think I took one of those obtuse angles, and then that means I should have 90-degree one back in Otherworld. It will at least get me to one of the 3 exits, hopefully. More buttons, more buttons, more buttons. So, yeah, that shoutout is really broken, but I think it's because I messed up in my notes which variable is which. So I've got it all janky. Because I know target username is used for something I was doing, but not for this. But we'll see if I've also managed to break tomorrow's code as well. Okay. Yeah, so mistake I made is this one has to be turned clockwise 90 degrees by 1. I think I can do that. If I go in, I'm at the bottom of that clock piece. In this way, to know its orientation over my head. Oh, right, we're in the correct spot. I think it should be able to go clockwise by 1, and we should be good. Oh, that's counterclockwise. Okay, I guess it won't respond that way. 1. 2. And I have to go one more because we're going counter. I hope that's not where I came from. We'll take this one back and see what it does. go back up and see what we've got. Ooh, can I get there? All right. What do we got? Can we get through? Waterfalls! Yay, I'm here. Oh, it's one of those. Okay, let's try. What'd you do? Oh, it opened up. Okay. It opened up one of these two doors. There's another one back here, but it opened up the first one. Okay. Where does this go? I don't really want to go through there. Oh, I can't go through there. Okay, just for looks. Alright, so there might be something else I could do there another time. But not this time. Now, because that was a straight across, I want to try and change it to a bend, because if I change it to a bend type path, then I can at least rotate it around to try and get to different places. Okay, now I want to get to that. And just fixing my notes real quick. Swapping this one in here. Rotating that. Oops, rotating. Hello, thank you. Oops. Okay, and then I've got bend in there. I have to swap this one and that one. Okay, so note there, and then I have rotation on the bottom. Kind of wondering why I would bother with a long-winded path if I can get a straight one. That makes no sense. Oh, it's because I don't have two straight pieces. For some reason I thought I did for a second there. Okay. So what's that one? And then what do I want to do? Okay, so more swapping. More swapping. If we're making progress on this, I might give it one more week and see how we go. May have less people interested in chattering, but I think getting the maze finished on camera might be worthwhile if I'm actually making progress. Okay, so I want to take this piece out. I'm going to take that to Hunrath. And if I turn it clockwise, then I'll be able to go the opposite direction. So instead of to the right, I'll be able to go to the left. Where are we now? I came in this way. I go out that way. Oops, let me try this again. Right, let's take this and turn it a little bit, and then run off and see where we're gonna go. Yeah, that should turn it so that I can go from right to left. Okay, let's head back to the other world and see what we can do next. I think if this starts taking a little bit long, then one of the other things I might do the next time we play is actually use one of the solver patterns just to pick up the pieces to make progress. Because while I love this map, it's just taking forever. I would like to see what's on the other side. Come on, loading screen. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, please and thank you. All right. Let's take an above look and see where we got to. Okay, I want that piece on the other side. Okay, if I rotate the whole maze, but I already have the right-hand direction. Let's just throw it in there and see what we've got. Okay. And I've got to rotate this one. All right. Oops, I went the wrong way. So we've got a bent one in the spot that we actually want the other straight, or the other 90-degree corner. Okay, yeah, because we want the 90-degree corner in here. We've got this one there. We've got this one there. Oops. These two bends are different, and that's what's really throwing me. Okay, and then fine. 1, 2, 3. Exit. I'm gonna go back to the other world and see what we can do with the piece on the other side. Let's just get this monster finished. Because I think we can do it on stream. 15 minutes should be enough to finish this up. So then if we do finish it up, then we'll be able to see what's going on the other side. I think that's probably critical, because one stream dedicated to this back and forth nonsense without a whole lot of view doesn't progress the story. I mean, I wouldn't even mind if getting one or more of the things on the walls pressed from one of the other two exits would make what's his face get all angry with us. That would be probably appreciated at this point in the game. Up and around. I mean, I don't necessarily want to cause trouble in the game, but of course, just repetitive back and forthness is a little old. Okay. Let's take this thing back and see if it's going the right direction. But definitely going to need a content swap after this game's over. It's like the Myst series is great. I still like it an awful lot. But if I'm going to be playing the games, I don't need to be having this much of a headache of repetitive stuff. And so Myst games are great. I do tend to return to them, but maybe not on stream, now that I think about it. We'll have to see what people think. I mean, it could also be just time slot, you know, that's a possibility too. Okay, all the way up, please. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I do have that going the same direction. Okay, let's try the other side again. Basically, it's doing the same thing to each side. Okay, yeah, so it's doing the same thing. That's okay, we can handle that. And maybe we'll be able to make it through. I don't know. This could be long. We're taking the other bendy piece and swapping it for the straight one. Okie dokie. Here we go. Yay! Clearing! Maybe. Oh, no, this way. Okay, what have we got? I'm gonna go up here, just double check to make sure I got the bendy one out of the road. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go back to the other world and see how that 90-degree angle turned out, because I don't know if it's pointing the right direction or not. But at least if I swap it back, and then I can rotate it and then swap right back with it, I don't need to come long route all the way back to these 3 swap machines here. Come on, I clicked you. I love the effects, but once again, this is another one of those games where... Oh, hey, Capel. How are you doing? Glad to see you in today. This is another one of those games where... I lost my train of thought. Oh, where you kind of, in addition to the loading screen pixelation stuff we've got going on here, it's another one of those games where you sort of wish partway through that you could skip some of the animations, or at least shorten them up, because seeing the same thing over and over and over again gets a little bit tedious. I'm liking the game. I hate the maze. Let's put it that way. The visuals are fantastic. The storyline is weak, but it's interesting. And yeah, this maze can just take a flying leap. Definitely not a fan of the maze. We got pretty far. Yeah. Well, it's funny because the makers have called the maze Puzzleissimo. And oh, okay, I can just turn that one a couple times and come back. The makers called it Puzzleissimo, or at least that's what they've nicknamed it in some of their paperwork. And frankly, I think that they probably should have just been honest with it and called it the maze you're going to hate for the rest of your life. Because I usually stream about 2 hours, and we've spent nearly an hour and well, actually just about an hour and 3/4 doing this maze over and over and over again. For those of you that just popped in, because I see there's a few others, welcome aboard, and hopefully we'll be able to finish up the maze today, or at least enough of it on camera that we can progress. I've been through the door on the opposite side, so there's a waterfall straight ahead, and I did that, and then there was a number swap machine there, or not number swap, sorry, one of those number gate entry panel things. Kind of like the type that's been putting out the bridges, but it's the shorter form that just seems to toggle something. So I did what it seemed to want me to do, which was to force it to clear. Okay, let's see if I can do twice to the right. Should do the trick. So I should force it to clear by doing that, and then if I can finish up the path that we were working on now, then I can get to the other two exits without too much trouble. But I don't know what order I need to do them in, and I'll find out whether or not it actually even matters. The first exit, though, took me a while to figure out what I was aiming to do and then how to do it. It's also a little frustrating to discover that one of the two obtuse angle bends, those two are very different. They look similar, but they're just offset enough that when you rotate them, they're very different. I've got a straight piece in there. Not actually sure if I'm going to need that one when I'm done, but we'll see. Sounds like you're very familiar with the solution to this particular puzzle. So, I appreciate that you came back, actually, because just more that the other people I've had the opportunity to discuss the game with appear to either have outright hated it and just wanted it over with, or more commonly, they're the ones that... Oh, that's not going to work the way I want it to. Oh well. Did I not turn that piece enough? Nope, I got this. This is child's play. I'll just make this one straight, then I can go all the way around the bend and get to that side. Or I can actually rotate it and go this side first and snap through the wall, which I don't know where that's going to take me. But yeah, I got this. Anyway, one ought to do it. Yeah, so the other people I've talked to, that or they didn't enjoy the game enough to come back, to want to play it again or to watch others play it again, and they were not very helpful for tips. The best tip I got at that point was just quit, which is not something I'm going to do. Bit bullheaded in that category. All I have to say really about this particular part of it, though, is because of the frustration that this part of the game can trigger for people. It's not just myself. I've seen another streamer get kind of frustrated by it too. Because of the frustration that this can trigger for people, that I would like to see... what's the word? I would like to see something on the other side of it that actually makes it feel a little bit worthwhile. And that, at the moment, is quite a big ask. attention span is part of it. They're very good in a lot of these games at getting you spatially turned around. So, if one of the things I didn't think about in this game right off the bat was to try and work with the pieces I had until I got to a point where I needed an extra piece. So I recognized I needed an extra piece, which must have been in Hunrath, because you have to swap something. Right? When there's swapping points, they don't take you straight from Maray to Maray. So I did that, but then I lost track of which pieces were left where in what orientation. That's a lot like the other puzzles here, you just get turned around. So the disorienting feeling, I think, is probably what threw me the most. But you can imagine, though, that as a game player, for a single player, it's not too bad if you can get into your head. Oh yeah, excellent. So yeah, it's not too bad if you can get into your head, but if you're trying to make it interesting for other people to watch, that's one where a lot of the more active games are the winners in that category. I'm one of the people that actually still enjoys logic puzzles, so those little ones with the X's and dots and stuff that people often use with a lot of if-then logic. Okay, so now that I'm out of that part, so yeah, I've been over here, did whatever it was you were supposed to do. I think that actually helps open this doorway, because there's two of them, but I need to open another one, so I don't know if I open that going this route, or if I open that one going through the other route. This one may not be it, because this looks like it might actually be the station for whatever it is that goes through there. Sort of like a, yeah, okay. So this appears to be the station, which means I need to rotate the puzzle around and open up the other end first, I believe. Can I wander out here and have a look? Yeah, beautiful, but definitely need to turn the puzzle around to get the other side open first. Otherwise this has nothing to go anywhere. Reminds me a lot of, like the puzzle part, I mean. With these gates, reminds me a lot of, in Captar, I really wished... I'm just going to run over here because I can. I really wished that I could actually find some way of removing some of the counterweight type, like the clock-style counterweights that were blocking the path for some of the carts. I think that would have been really helpful. Aha! What did... Oh. Bridge time. Pardon me, bridge time. This bridge thing was kind of funny when I first figured it out, because I did this kind of pattern simply because I thought it looked kind of, you know, aesthetically pleasing in like an elementary school sort of way. Autocorrect. Oh no. This one's different. Aha. I did something different. Not that. Not that. And then if I go... Well, it doesn't like this. There we go. Okay, so we've got the bridge open. Another swap room. Okay, is this the backside? Oh, this is the backside of that other one. Aha! Okay. So we can get back to that piece a little quicker, so that's a bit of a shortcut. Good to know. Good morning, Sagorn. Where did you leave off, Sagorn? Did you leave off in Captar with all the like rocky temple building stuff? Because I will admit, I actually had struggled to remember that I had to disconnect one of the gears. Like I knew what I had to do, I just couldn't remember where I was supposed to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make this go that away. So I can get out the right-hand side. Yeah, okay. Because I found that there was one spot that really struck me in Captar, place with all the swap points near where you first... Oh, yes. Actually, funny part is we have just been there. Let me just pop up. It's not going to kill anybody. So you can see it from here. Oh, no, you can't. Keep thinking the back's hollow. Place with all the swap points near where you first start making bridges. Well, okay, if you say with all the swap points, we're actually talking about this room here that I'm just coming up to. So when you approach it from the other side, that's where you've probably come in, is you come down this big tall elevator here, up the little bridge piece here that is in existence for you, and you find this post. There's no path here at the time, which actually I've just built that one. And then you go in here and there's a whole lot of swap points to go back and forth as a headache. Your target, that it took me a while to figure out, is actually that once you get everything lined up, the dome that's out in behind back here, you'll find there's a swap point in there that actually has a like a full dome that comes with it, and it blocks the hole. So you end up needing to swap out these pieces enough that when you come through and take that one, it will swap with a piece that will actually leave you an open gap to be able to get through. Yeah. And then so once you've done that, then they call that the gauntlet, which is funny because to me a gauntlet reminds me of a glove, right? That's sort of the French origin of it. And then you're up to a map. Now mine's basically completed just now, but you'll find there's a big thing that a lot of people on the web seem to forget is there's 4 circles here, and you actually will find that there's one that you've left in Hunrath. So when you go underneath these and start messing around with your swap pieces and turning them around and whatever, do keep in mind you've got a 5th one to work with that isn't on this page at the moment. And that's part of what threw me, is because I kept forgetting, not that I had the 5th one, but I kept forgetting which one the 5th one was. Yeah, it's... I like your choice of saying it's like peeling back an onion, because it has layers, but at the same time it also makes you want to cry. So that was a really good analogy. I like that analogy. So yeah, and then once you've got... with this one you've got 3 exits, and you actually cannot go through all 3 at the same time. You actually have to line up your entrance and then an exit. So you will have to do the map twice, because if you get it done... Well, I just finished it. Then you can get through one side, and then you can rotate the whole map to get through the other side. But the third one is there's a waterfall just in behind this tree, and that one you actually have to do a lot of rotating of the map itself. Let's go through this. Now, I hate those walls. I actually really don't like that mechanic, simply because although it's consistent where you come through, it's not always dead clear where you come through. So, I really lose track of where I am on the map. I take pictures of the wall maps that they give you of the place, but which spot you connect to when you come through a wall, it's not like they're, marked. I mean, they have those projector things in Hunrath that was saying, this is the tree, and this is downtown Hunrath, and so on. And I seriously wished that I could... make signs all over the place. I'm bad when I play Minecraft if I need to know how to get somewhere I've been before. I just came through there. Okay. If I need to know how to get somewhere I've been before, but I keep getting lost, then at some point I will put down a sign and actually use like minus signs and pointy brackets and whatever just to point out where I am. And the fact that this one just seems to go around a corner and then through another wall is a little bit disappointing. Okay, so this is another end. I think I remember looking at this view before and wondering why I couldn't get there. And it's probably because it looks like it doesn't actually exist. So I wouldn't be surprised if when the Mofang built this place, they may have actually decided that they were going to just put in pictures from one of the homes, but obviously they screwed it up because this is far more lush than that side is. Yeah, the game isn't really that linear, you're right. If you want to pretend there's a storyline, then it's semi-linear. Okay, so why waste my time? I know it's going to autocorrect it all. Take that. Okay, yeah, so that opened the second door. From the other side, which means I need to figure out where the other end of that cart track is to be able to ride through it, I assume. The other thing I may not have mentioned on the Obduction streams I actually am uncomfortable with heights in reality. So when it looks like you're supposed to go walking blindly off the end of the bridge, that actually freaks me out a little bit. It doesn't make me nauseous or anything weird like that, but it was not high on my list. So walking into the one that looks like I'm in a wall is a little bit more appreciated. Okay, so I've got to turn the puzzle again so that I can get back to the other side. I think. Unless... yeah. I haven't played much on my husband's Oculus. He's got an Oculus Quest. And I haven't played a whole lot on there, but I did a few things where, yeah, it felt really strange. For example, I had... Oh, that's the gun. I don't want that one. Can I go... wandering around? I tried... Well, one of them I thought, oh yeah, you know, people warn you about feeling dizzy and nauseous and stuff. So... because of the floaty feeling people sometimes complain about, and I thought, yeah, this might be a great idea to go and explore the space station. You know, that I thought that was a good idea. Turned out not to be, because I wasn't able to oh, yeah, I guess I can. Aha! Oh, you again! I hate you. Really, I hate you.
This desperate situation up here. If you could, please. Hurry. I appreciate.
You know, every time you see him, that guy's getting more and more fake. Oh ho. Alrighty then. Yeah, that guy's getting more and more and more fake, and honestly, I really hope that there's a way we can just, like, off him at some point. I really don't like him. Didn't we just spit out these oh, good grief. I will say this particular species, whatever it is, whoever built these, seems to have a strange fascination with anatomy. Because this reminds me so much of a rib cage, you know, and like a spine, and it's just... Ugh. The other reason I'm glad I'm not playing this one in VR is partly because it's old enough that I don't think its VR elements would play very well. In terms of realism, I think sometimes when you get a game that was designed for the older formats of VR, even if they've ported it to the newer ones, it can look a little janky. What a weird way to travel. Yeah, what a weird way to travel. Okay, so... I'm gonna take a look at this down here. That's pretty cool. Oh, I can go to the other side, okay. I'm assuming this is another control bridge. Oh, this one's different. Something doesn't look quite right there. Okay, let's see if autocorrect will save my bacon on this one. And this. Maybe? Oh, it's pods. They'll have numbers. Uh-oh. Was I supposed to write down a number from somewhere? That's not good. I don't like the noises. Yeah, I don't like spiders, so bug noises. Bug noises can just go away. That's an empty pod spot. Okay. Ew, who or what did I just pick up? Yeah, I don't know if I want to know what you are. You are not Farley. You must be a Valayan. I've never seen one of you yet. Actually, you're red. I hope you're not a Mofang. You're ugly, whatever you are. Okay. Please tell me I'm not supposed to touch it. I think I made a mistake, and now I'm having trouble recovering. Alrighty. Yep. I took out... I don't want to touch it. Well, seeing as I've gone a little bit of overtime, this might be a great place to leave it for the week and give myself a bit of a breather while we're looking at crazy aliens. You know, here's looking at you, kid. And wish everybody a great week. Let's just see if we've got anybody to raid. No. Nobody's playing either this game or Minecraft at the moment. None of the people I follow anyways. If anyone's got a suggestion, then that would be appreciated. Yeah. The other reason I think this is probably a Mofang, last comment on that, was just that the other ones, according... Ooh, Maribel Jade, good option. The other reason is according to... According to... what's the word? According to the notes that Farley had in her house at the beginning in Hunrath, the only other species that we were dealing with that looked remotely humanoid were the Mofangs, so I think it's this guy. And I have a suspicion that this is supposed to tell us more, that the other guy who we've been talking to so far is an alien. But what I'm supposed to do from here, I'm not particularly sure. That's why it's a good spot for me to leave it, so I can take a look. And we... Oops, I don't want to do that and resume the game. But we can actually head ourselves out. So I'm going to raid a Minecraft player, just because that's what I usually play. So give me a quick second here to swap over and see if I can actually get this correct. Come on, keyboard. Caps lock. A-R-A. Alright, so we're going to wish Maribel Jade a good day. Just, I guess, say hi from us. We don't actually have any sort of major raid commentary. I mean, Del Raid is fine. I don't usually use it, but it works. And wish everyone a good day, have a good time, be nice to her crew, and we will see you later. And... Yep. Yep.
My mother did accept a lunch meeting.
Go for it.
I'm going to head over and meet her.
Yep, give her my best.
Then they weren't able to charge half hour. So did either pay us 500 to or pay us or if you could.
Again. Is it? They say it's Honda's problem, Honda says it's their problem. Back and forth and back and forth.
But I just said, no, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like at this point we might just to make the frustration go away, go with not third party, sorry, go with Honda branded parts for that one. I don't care who puts them in, but
I want to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run out and get today's phone. Everything felt really good.
It was okay actually. I got what's his name? Capel dude, the dude from New York.
Yeah.
Showed in towards the end. It looks like I got a few other people popping in. And Neon at the last second I didn't have anybody to raid because it would have been the Healthy Gamer guy or Imperial Jedi, who wasn't playing Cities at the time. So I was just going to end, and then Neon goes, oh, Maribel Jade's live. I didn't have her followed, so I didn't know. And I was like, oh, yeah. So we jumped in on there, and then she's trying to figure out how to pronounce my name, and he's like, can I just call you Del? I'm like, DC christened me Del, it's fine. I would have figured Delenn, but close enough, rhymes with Helen. That's still through people, because apparently she doesn't pronounce Helen the way every normal person does. Yeah. And then Neon was trying because he had Delynn, So like, Lynn, I could handle that one. But then she that one, she made a double E sound. I was like, just forget it.
I'll be back with some.
Yep.
Love you.
Love you.
Wait, it's realized that my mother is Anne's birthday next week.
Oh yeah.
And all the photos.
Yep. Love you.